Perfect. All right. Welcome. Like I said, our Herbalife opportunity meeting down here in the area, you guys. We do these online as well as we do them in person. So you can do it anywhere. You can do it from your house or whatever. So, do we have any brand new distributors in the room today? Any new distributors? Hey. So, if you could, just give me your name really quick and why you decided to become a distributor.
I've been on and off of Herbalife since 2015.
Okay.
I do like the products, and a lot of people have always asked me what am I doing, and I just decided to become a distributor because a lot of people were coming to ask me.
Okay,
what
excellent. And what are your results?
I grew down 30 pounds.
Down 30 pounds? There we go. Perfect. Welcome. So same thing.
I'm PJ. Likewise, I was also a client. Tried the products. They taste great. Amazing results. I lost 10 pounds within my first month.
Nice.
And among all of the naysayers, I listened to you all and just said, why not? And so I became a distributor.
Perfect. Good stuff. So are you guys looking for anything in particular as distributors? Like, do you want to make a certain amount of money?
Yes.
Okay. How much would you like?
5,000.
5,000 a month. Excellent. No number is too big, I promise.
Dream big, man.
The same.
All right, 5,000. Cool. So you guys be paying attention. We're gonna go through some money and everything. You guys will be able to see like at what levels or whatever you can make it to. All right. So congratulations, new distributors. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. So to become a new distributor, or to become an Herbalife distributor. Move this over here. Can you guys still see the board? A little bit? All right, perfect. So to become, boom, an Herbalife distributor, you guys, one time $94. All right, what you get is 2 websites. You get your own website where it's like your back office. You can, check your volume, check all of your products. You can check product info. You can get training videos, a whole bunch of stuff. You also get a client website where you can give somebody the link. The client can go and cash out right on the link. All right, Herbalife will split what you earned and put it in your PayPal and leave it there for you to do whatever you want with it. You won't have to touch anything. Herbalife will send you an email and say, hey, you have a client order. And then they'll send you another email that says, hey, your order's been shipped out to the client. So you don't even have to touch anything. All right. So you also get a 25% profit when you first start out. All right. So who works a job right now? Okay, off of every client or whatever the company gets, are you getting $25 or 25%? No, if you're getting 25%, you probably love it, right? And this is just the start of Herbalife, all right? And you get to have as many clients or whatever as you want. You get to earn 25% as much as you want. So what that looks like, let's just say you get a client that wants to do a $100 program. They hand you $100. You pay Herbalife $75 in hand cash. You keep $25. All right, and that's from day one. You can do that as many times as you want, all right? Anybody down to earn more money?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So the next level is a 35% profit. All right. This level is called senior consultant. Don't worry about the name. All right. The way you get here is by doing 500 volume points in 1 to 2 months. But I promise you, everybody in here could do it in 1 month easily. All right. 500 volume points is basically like 2 to 3 clients that order programs. Boom, you'll be at a permanent 35% profit level. So a volume point, Herbalife is in over 90 countries. Not everybody uses the same currency. Like in the United States, we use the dollar, right? They have the pound, the euro, the yen, all of that, right? But a volume point is pretty close to $1 for us. Boom, cost you quick. So a volume point is pretty close to $1 for us, so we can say $500 worth of products, all right? Super simple. You'll be at a permanent 35%. So using the same example, client gives you $100 for their $100 program. You now only pay Herbalife $65 in hand cash. You keep how much? $35. You're doing the same work, all right? Super, super simple. All right, so with this in mind, before I move on from here, you guys know what else is, some of you veterans, you guys know what else is associated with 500 volume points? Doing that in 1 month? Dab. Yeah, see? Dab. You knew that, but that was going to be the next thing you said. All right, DAP, you guys. So what's DAP? It's the distributor action plan, all right? So what that is you do 500 volume points 3 months in a row, which is super simple. So you can get those 2 to 3 clients and just have them do reorders every single month, and then boom, you'll complete the DAP, which is you'll get a cool gift from Herbalife. I think it's 75 bucks. It's a blender or a bag. They still got the bag? All right. So you guys, Herbalife loves giving out stuff. They love giving out products and different things. So you do that 3 months in a row, you'll get some prizes, and you get to choose which one you get, all right? Super, super simple. And this is a major key also. As you bring other distributors into your business, you want them to aim for DAP, all right? I'm telling you, he's going to go through some of the promos later on. You guys will see why, all right? So who's down to make more money? And do we have any new senior consultants in the room or on the line? All right, all right. Who's excited to be a new senior consultant?
Yeah.
The music is exciting. Y'all wasn't excited though, but it's all good. It's all good. All right. So the next level is a 42% profit, you guys. And this level is qualified producer. We'll just put QP right here. All right. The way you get here is by doing 1,000 volume points in 1 to 2 months. All right. Super simple. So you're looking at 5 to 7 clients, something like that. Super simple. Now keep in mind, it can be those 2 or 3 clients you already had, and you just add a couple more on. 1,000 volume points, permanent 42%. What that looks like is same client, give you $100 for a $100 program. You now only pay Herbalife $58 in hand cash. You keep 42 bucks. All right. That's still not the top. All right. So do I have any new qualified producers in the last 30 days in the room? On the line, on the Zoom. Me, 7. Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations. And I heard you about to hit supervisor in 10 minutes too. So congratulations on that also. All right, you guys. So the next level in the Herbalife marketing plan is the big one. It's where everybody wants to get at. Supervisor. All right, now the way you get to supervisor is by doing 2,000 volume points in 1 to 2 months. But keep in mind, you guys, you can all do this in 1 month. Easily. Easily. Stephen, what's the most amount of volume you've done in a month?
26,000.
26,000 in 1 month. So you could definitely do 2,000 in 1 month, no problem, right? Right? It's easy, right? Cool. Anybody passed 2,000 this month already? Already, right? So you can definitely do it easily, all right? So you guys, somebody else unmuted? Oh, there we go. Catching them quick. All right, so same client gives you $100 for a $100 program. You not only pay Herbalife $50 in hand cash, you keep half. Who's paying half? Herbalife. That's it. Everybody else is like, they ain't trying to pay half ever. At no point in their life, right? Is that pretty simple for you guys? Pretty simple. All right. So you guys, that's also the first way that we get paid in Herbalife, and that's called retail. All right. The second way we get paid is wholesale, or we like to call it the difference. All right. So the way I like to explain this is there's 2 sides of the house in Herbalife. You got Herbalife corporate, and then you have our side, which is the distributor side. All right. So on that order of $100, Herbalife corporate automatically gets 50%. The other 50% is paid out to the distributors, okay? Now, it's just a matter of who's earned that 50%. All right, so let's say you're here at 50%, right? And you bring on a new distributor. Where do they start at? 25%, right? So Herbalife always pays out half to the distributor side. It's just a matter of who's earned that half. And good news is you can earn your half as soon as you want. You could literally start today. You can earn your half today. Herbalife doesn't say, you know what, next month, after this, then we're going to give you a 50%. As soon as you put the order in, as soon as that volume is there, that order will be placed for 50% off, or you'll earn 50%. Does that make sense? All right, so there's 25% left over. If you're here and you sponsor a new distributor, that'll come to you the following 15th of the month in a check from Herbalife. Anybody get an Herbalife check this month? What day did they pay?
Early 14th.
13th, 12th. Anybody ever had a job and they mess your check up and then they're like, oh, it's going to take a week. It's going to take however long to get you your money, right? Herbalife, have you ever gotten paid late? Not late, right? No. No, never, you guys. So that's really amazing. So as your new distributor moves up, you guys, to 35%, there's 15% left over. That'll come to you in a check the following 15th of the month. As they move up to 42%, there's 8% left over. That'll come to you the following month in a check. Now, more good news is you can have as many new distributors as you want. You can have as many senior consultants as you want. You can have as many qualified producers as you want. And you can have as many full retail customers where you're earning 50% as you want. So you guys see how this can start adding up really, really quickly. Anybody got any questions so far? Pretty simple? You sure? Cool. All right. So that's just the second way that we earn income in Herbalife, all right? Now the third way that we earn income is royalties. All right. So you guys, what occupations earn royalties? Actors, artists, people that make a lot of money, right? Migos, yeah, Migos gets, yep, Drake, authors, yep. All right, you guys. So royalties happen when you're at 50% and you brought on a distributor that also gets to the 50% level, okay? Now Herbalife pays a 5% royalty to the upline based on the number the supervisor does. You guys just stay with me. Not from the number, but based on the number. Bobby. Yep. Got it. All right, you guys. So based on the number the supervisor does. But Herbalife will pay a 5% royalty, 3 levels deep. All right. So consider this person your first level because you directly sponsored them. Okay. Your second level is somebody that your first level sponsors. You didn't sponsor this person, the person that you sponsored. All right, they're at 50% also. Your third level is somebody, anybody help me with it, that your second level sponsors, right? You didn't sponsor them, okay? It's your third level. Herbalife will pay you a 5% royalty, 3 levels deep, all right? So we'll just get some numbers in the room. Gio, what'd you do last month? Yep. 3,600, perfect. Marissa, what'd you do last month?
I did
1,700, perfect. And Shamira, what'd you do last month?
5,000.
Eat. 5,000. Give it up for the 5K. Turn up. 5K. Yes, yes. All right. So that's 8,600 plus what is that? 86, 97, 10,300? 10,300? Cool. All right, 10,300. I don't know what that was. All right, cool. So 5%, right? Herbalife's gonna pay you a 5% royalty. So that's 315. What is that? 515. Right? All right. Throwing me off, Shelby. I think it's 515. All right. So just based on 3 numbers you heard in the room, right? 3 supervisors. Herbalife will send a check for $515. All right. Now keep in mind this is just your royalties, and this is only 3 supervisors. Now you can have more frontline supervisors that you sponsor, more people you directly sponsor. They can have more people they directly sponsor, and more people they directly sponsor. Does that make sense? Cool. So this number is just from 3 supervisors. It has nothing to do with your wholesale. How many people you have at 25%, 35%, 42%. It has nothing to do with your retail where you're earning half. Each time a customer is like, I don't want to sign up. I just want to buy the products. Awesome, right? You said you were using the products for a while, right? For years, right? Yeah. So the person was earning 50% for years, okay? Now keep in mind, this is the number, $515. Who can use that right now?
Run it.
From only 3 supervisors right now in our organization, we got 102 supervisors. AC? Oh, your people down. All right, you guys. So is this making sense? Do you guys see how this number could really grow just from 3 people and if you have 100 supervisors? Now, how this happens is just by showing up, bringing people to this where they're like, dang, it's that simple. And do the products work? Yep. Yeah. Who's got results on the product? Yeah. Man, definitely works. All right, you guys. So that's the 3rd way we get paid. The 4th way we get paid is bonuses. All right. So you guys, at your job, who earns the bonuses?
CEO, supervisor, director.
Whoever said nobody, you must work for the state. Is that you, Shamir? Oh, God, see, so supervisors, managers, right, things like that, right? But we're able to get bonuses in Herbalife, you guys, which is amazing. So you start getting bonuses as soon as you reach the top achievers business level, all right? So the first level on the top achievers business level, you qualify for a 2% bonus, and that's global expansion team. We abbreviate that as GET, all right? And we're gonna go through some numbers here in a second. You abbreviate that as GET, and that's when your organization does 20,000 volume points 3 months in a row. Now your organization is those people, those boxes that were at 50%, okay? So you guys seen that 3 supervisors there, that total volume was 10,300, right? So you get you a couple supervisors, they do 20,000 total collectively, you'll reach the level of global expansion team. Yep, it's Lacey. No problem.
Lacey again?
No problem. She's trying to listen. All right. So does that make sense to you guys, right? I just want to make sure you're all following me. Zoom, we good? You guys following me? Excellent. All right. So you get your 5% royalty, right, on 20,000. So that's $1,000. Where can I write this at? $1,000, right? Plus your 2% bonus on 20,000 is $400. That's $1,400 right there at this level in just your bonus and your royalty, not including your wholesale that you can have as many new distributors as you want, not including your retail that you can have as many clients as you want. All right, super, super simple. And there's another level in here, this global expansion team, we abbreviate that, 2,500. So the royalty, not $1,000, is $2,500. Dang, what is that? Lacey is bumping.
Lacey?
All right, wait. Somebody had their hand up on here? All right, no problem. So at this level, you still get the same 2% bonus, but the royalty amount now is $2,500. That's why it's get 2,500. All right, so this is at 50,000 organizational volume points. It's gonna get a little junky over here. All right, so $2,500 is the 5% plus 2% on 50,000 is $1,000. That's $3,500. And just your bonus and your royalty, not including your wholesale, not including your retail. All right. So the next level we'll go to, and we'll stop there for today. This millionaire team, guys. All right, millionaire team. You now are eligible to earn a 4% bonus. So now your bonus is almost as much as your royalty, okay? And that's when your organization of supervisors is doing 80,000 volume points. 80,000 times 12 months is 960,000, right? So really, really close to $1 million business, which is huge. So it's not just Herbalife, it's a $1 million business. That's pretty cool. So 5%, your royalty amount on 80,000 is $4,000 plus your bonus amount, 4% on $80,000 on 80,000 volume points is $3,200. So that's $7,200 in 1 month in just your bonus and your royalty, not including your wholesale, not including your retail. All right, super, super simple. Anybody have any questions on this? Anything? No questions? You look like you got a question. Telling you. Okay. Okay. Okay, no problem at all. All right, you guys. So would anybody like to make $7,200 like doing this? Cool. One of the first steps to earning this is learning this, right? Because if you got somebody who wants to get here, if you can't teach them, what makes you think they're going to sign up with you? You know what I'm saying? Like if your job couldn't tell you before, like that they paid you money or they were going to pay you and you would have never gotten that job, right? So $7,200, like I said, just your bonus and your royalty, not including your also, not including your retail. I'm currently at this level right here. Like I said, made over $10,000 last month. All right. Steven's also at this level. He'll tell you guys a story in a second. He made more than that this past month. What happened?
I said call.
Okay. So what else do I need to cover? What am I missing? Oh yeah, I got it. All right, you guys. So since we've seen that, what I like to do is go ahead and get some results. what I like to do is go ahead and get some results in the room. All right, just so Zoom can check it out, can see that it's actual people here with results. All right, so you guys, please stand if you lost or gained 5 to 10 pounds using the Herbalife products.
5 to 10.
5 to 10, 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 5 to 10. All right, please, you guys, the people that have gained or lost 5 to 10 pounds, please come up, 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 come up.
Clowns really don't sit outside when I bounce out. I put the beats on them like drill side. I got the bounce out, now lay outside. This swag bag, I'm really bounce out. Go and get your money.
What I want from you is your name, your result, and how you feel. Just come right into the oh, perfect.
Hi, my name is Tyler. I lost 10 pounds on the program.
Yeah.
And I feel amazing. I have so much more energy and I'm just like ready to go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Kayla. The last 2 weeks I've actually been able to lose 6 pounds, so I'm very excited.
Hey everybody, my name is DJ. I've actually lost 10 pounds and I feel great in a month.
Hey everyone, my name is Marlene. On my nutrition plan, I've been able to drop 23 pounds and keep it off.
Hey everybody, I'm Manny. I lost 13 pounds and then gained 6 pounds of muscle mass.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brandon. I gained 7 pounds of muscle and I feel good.
Hey. All right, so now we're gonna go 15 on through. So who's lost 15 pounds or more or gained? All right, please come up. Please come up. Share, same thing, same thing, same thing.
Hi guys, my name is Janae. I've been on these amazing products now for 9 months. You guys, I'm down 30 pounds of fat and I put on 10 pounds of muscle.
Hello everyone, my name is Shamir. I'm currently down 62 pounds and I feel it.
Hey guys, my name is Emily. I'm currently down 20 pounds and I feel
Hey, everybody. I'm Shelby. Since our last event extravaganza, I'm currently down 11 pounds.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jill. I'm currently down 15 pounds of fat and up 15 pounds of muscle.
Hey guys, my name is Abraham. I've lost 55 pounds in my first 6 months, maintained it off for about 4 years now.
Hey guys, I'm Marissa. I dropped 25 pounds in my first 3 months. I'm up 4 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Naomi. I lost 30 pounds. Yeah. So amazing.
Hey. There we go. So we see this work. Zoom, if you guys can go ahead and type in the chat how much you're down. If you guys can type in the chat how much you guys are down and how much weight you gain, healthy weight you gain, so we can recognize y'all. All right, you guys, so that's one side of it. So obviously, like everybody has results, right? Cool. So if you guys have earned $1 to let's say $100 last month doing the Herbalife business, please stand up. $1 to $100 last month. $1 to $100. Or because if you're like, I made $80,000 last month. All right, you guys, please come up. Come up, come up, come up, come up. All right. So what I want you to do is your name, and then like what being able to earn the additional income does for you and what you do around Herbalife.
Okay. So my name is Tyler again. And earning the extra income from Herbalife has been able to contribute towards my savings plan for buying my condo.
And how much did you earn?
I earned $100.
Hey!
So everybody, I'm Shelby. Last month I earned $94, and you know it's gonna get bigger.
All right, you guys. So if you earn over 100, let's just say over 100, right? Not you. Everybody come up, come up, come up, come up, come up, come up. Over $100 last month. Over $100 last month. Come on, come
Hi guys, my name is Shamir. I'm a full-time psychiatric technician for the state of California, and my husband is a barber. Around Herbalife, we were able to earn an extra $1,300. Hello everyone. So last month, around my full-time job, I've been able to earn an additional $600, which helped me pay for some car expenses because they're unknown sometimes, you know. So really, Herbalife backs you up. So.
Hey everybody, my name is Gio. Last month I made a little over $1,300. For that, it means to me I was able to go buy me an AC because I don't have an AC in my house. And I got the most expensive one that was there.
Hey guys, I'm Marissa. I work full-time in aerospace. And around my full-time job, I made a little over $700 last month, and that was able to allow me to quit my second job. So now I don't work 18-hour shifts anymore, 17-hour shifts until like late nights or anything like that, in addition to school. So yeah.
Hey guys, Abraham again. Last month I made $450. What that meant is I got to buy more products.
Hi guys, my name is Laura and I work full-time as in the regional center social worker. And around my full-time job, I was able to make an extra $350.
All right, you guys, look, all these numbers are super important because, like I said, when I first got started, I didn't want to hear anything about the business at all. I was working full-time, just finishing school, you guys. And then when the first client purchased some products, I was like, I already got amazing results. I was feeling good. I was ripped up, everything, right? I was like, man, what can be better than this? I was like, maybe I can just make enough to where my products are free. And what's better than being able to have your products for free and being able to have the results you want? Obviously, making $2,000 plus extra dollars the first month of doing it, right? So this can definitely turn into anything you want it to turn into if you're willing to put in the work. Like I said, how many people have jobs? How many people have jobs that you love? You know, see some hands went down, right? Hands went down. So I say that to say you guys are dedicated. Some people will use the excuse like, oh, I can't do Herbalife business because I'm not dedicated. Listen, if you've been willing to show up to a job that you really don't love doing for year after year, day after day, if you're sick, you're scared to call in and all of that stuff, you're willing to show up to that. How about showing up for yourself and building something and earning that extra income? And one day you can say, you know what? Dang, I really don't need to be working like this. And as soon as that happens, I promise you, you show up to work with a different attitude because you're then there because you choose to be there versus having to be there. All right, you guys, I'm telling you, it happened to me. It's a completely different experience. You whistling around work, people wondering why you're so happy, and it's not payday. Trust me. So what I want to do, you guys, we're going to actually show you guys how simple and how basic you can build this business. All right. What I started doing when I decided to be a distributor, you guys, anybody I've seen walking up to me or at the job or anything like that, I was like, look, I feel amazing. The people know I got amazing results. I'm going to figure out a way to talk to this person, to tell them what I do, to help them out, and it's going to help me out because I know this works. All right. So you guys, we have Stephen Crawford, who's Millionaire Team. He's going to be able to tell you guys a little bit about his journey, a little bit how he got started and everything else, and go over the Herbalife basics with you guys, because it's really fun, simple, and magical. That's what we base everything off of. All right, you guys. So, Millionaire Team member on his way to President's Team really soon. You guys maybe he'll tell you guys what that means. All right, but our sponsor is like President's Team and a half. Amazing. He's like elsewhere right now, right? But you guys, please welcome up Stephen Crawford.
Alright, we done with the music for today. How y'all doing on Zoom? Hey man, listen, if y'all could turn y'all video on, I like to see faces. so we can see everybody that's here. How's everybody doing?
Great.
All right, let's give it up for Terrence again on the HOM. All right, before I even go into my story or anything, I want to just set like context of everything. Before we do any of this training, because what you just heard was like the opportunity, you got a chance to see what's actually possible. Now you're going to get a little bit more of what it actually takes to become whatever it is you want to become. And that's what I want to talk to you guys first about. You get a chance to decide where it is that you want to become. Herbalife has a bunch of different levels of the marketing plan. They have, $0 to $500. They have $5,000. They have these crazy astronomical numbers. But you actually, you show up today, you show up on Zoom, you show up to STS, you get a chance first to decide where you want to be. So, I know you guys said $5,000. So looking at that marketing plan, and you look at the numbers, you're thinking, okay, I want to commit to get 10, get 2,500. Like that's around earning a $5,000 income. I know when I was, get team 2,500 for 2 years, the income was like right around $5,000 a month. So that's if that's what your goal is. So you have to know exactly where it is that you want to go and what it takes to get there first and foremost, right? So if everybody has a piece of paper, or if you have anything, if you have a phone, you have some notes, write down before we even get into the training. I'm going to get my story, but write down where exactly do you want to be. And I don't mean like where it would be nice, or it's kind of cool to see, or maybe this is what's feasible. No, where like their marketing plan is wide open. And you guys just seen this, write down where you want to be and how much money you want to be earning a month doing this opportunity. Let's just say in the next 365 days, the next year, because a lot can change in a year. But just write down what your goals are. If you're brand new, you get a chance to do this brand new. And if you're seasoned, you still get a chance to do this. And if you're on Zoom, you get a chance to do this as well. Write down exactly where it is you want to be. I'm going to tell you guys a secret, too, before I tell y'all my name. My secret is I actually have been getting into actually writing stuff down and taking notes. I've been around for 5 years. And what I've noticed is my sponsor still had a notebook every time he went somewhere, and he was still taking notes. Even if it was stuff he heard over and over and over again. And I paid attention to it. I was like, you know what? I need to be more like people I aspire to be like. Even if I already know the information, even if I don't really need the information per se, I'm still going to do things because guess what? People are watching me. So if people are seeing me sitting in the corner and I'm not taking notes, I'm not really taking myself all that serious. And people are watching me not do that, so that gives them permission to do the same thing. So make sure you're taking notes. Make sure you know exactly why you're here. And what we just did is called setting the intention. So before you go to anything, whether it's an STS, whether it is anything, you set the intention first, right now. With that being said, my name is Stephen Crawford. I've been doing Herbalife now for almost 5.5 years. Prior to Herbalife, I actually was living in Southeast Wisconsin. I was coming off of playing professional basketball, which I got into personal training while playing professional basketball. And then I ended up living in my mom's basement working at Target. I don't know how I got there after all the things. And that's why I laughed. It was funny. One day I laughed. I was like, yo, I went to school like they told me to do. I chased my dream of my profession like they told me to do. And here I am, 25 years old, and I'm living in my mom's basement working at Target. Like, Target is a great place to shop, but it ain't a great place to have a career, right? So for me, I was like, I wanted more for my life, moved to Southern California, met my sponsor in the library. He gave me this opportunity, and I was turned on by $5,000 a month, which is, I think that may be like a number. I don't know what it is about that number, but that's like obviously more than the average American makes, $5,000 a month. But I was drawn to $5,000 a month too. I was like, I want to get there. What do I have to do? And he said, show up, get results, blase, blase. I'm going to actually give you guys some of those notes too on what you want to do when you first get started and you want to build a business. But he told me to follow up the products. I dropped 6% body fat. I'm up 40 pounds in the last 5 years. Yeah. And I really, honestly, I can't tell you that it's been hard because I never really put too much pressure on myself. And maybe that's one of the first things you might want to write down before you do anything. Don't put too much pressure on yourself because a lot of you have said you're committed to this for the long run. If you're committed to this for like I am, this is what I'm going to do forever, then there's no need to put pressure on myself. Yes, I'm going to work very, very hard. But I remember one time Terrence told me, and he's like, we're going to get there when we get there. On the way, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to qualify for a lot of things, but we're going to get there when we get there. So you're going to get there when you get there, but as long as you do the work. So I hit global expansion team, tab team in 11 months. I was fully qualified. Hit 2.5 global expansion team in 16 months, fully qualified. And we just completed qualification for the millionaire team earlier this year. And, the last 2 months have been the most money I ever made. I had to do a lot of stuff. Had to do a lot of stuff to make sure that the money was going to the right places. But last month we made just under $14,000. And what that means to me, y'all know what that really means to me though? It means to me that the promise, when I sat in the room for my first meeting, the promise is true. I knew I wanted to change my life. I knew I wanted to design my life. And I knew that I wanted to make however much money they told me, I can make as much money as I want. So I know that as it continuously increases, the last 2 months been over $12,000. This year's been over $10,000 every month this year. So it's like, okay, the promise of what they told me is possible is true, but I committed to doing that. It was what I was committed to. So whatever it is that's down on your paper, commit to that and know that somebody in this room, you got 2 people in this room already who earn over $10,000 for a while, even. For a while, he was making over $10,000, but it's new money to me. But it's proof. It's too much proof in a room like this to have 2 people already earning over $10,000, and if Super was here, you have 3 people. It's like, what more proof do you need than 2 people sitting here right now telling you this is exactly the opportunity for you if that's what you want to do. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into some notes right now, and we're gonna title this "Building a Royalty." So I'm going to teach you guys how to build a check. You guys know how to retail the products. If you're brand new, getting a result, retailing the product. Terrence walked you through all of that. Getting the in-hand cash, from exchanging with people. But this is going to be how to build that check. What do they call it? The quick money. It is the retail, but that instant money, it's awesome. It's cool. But if you want to start making that real income of $5,000, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000, you have to build that royalty check. So this is the steps that I'm actually going to give you all on ways that I build a royalty and ways that most people build a royalty. And the very first thing, master your results. So there's going to be people who want to sign up for this and they don't want to take the products. There's going to be people that sign up for this because based on how we portray it, and they're not going to be sold on it. But have you guys ever tried to, who's had a sales job before? Like they had to sell something. Now, who's had a sales job to where you really didn't believe in what you were selling, but you had to sell anyway? How hard was it to sell that stuff? Pretty hard. If you didn't believe in the service, what's that? Oh, we good. If you don't believe in, let's just say Kirby vacuums. Everybody done heard of Kirby vacuums. So you got to sell these Kirby vacuums. And if you don't really believe that this vacuum does all the flips and tricks that they say it does, it's hard for you to sell. And imagine yourself trying to become an Herbalife distributor and somebody decides to ask you about Herbalife tea. Hey, I heard about this tea. What do you keep? I don't know. I heard it burns 200 calories. I heard. Then you are less credible. So you have to make yourself as credible as possible by being a product of the product, whether you have an energy result, whether you just like the way that the stuff tastes. You have to be able to speak to the products. So mastering your results is the very, very first thing. If you ever wonder, Jonathan Smith, I'm calling everybody out. But if you ever want to know what the first step is, it's going to be mastering your results, because you have to have results. The second thing is, and these are going to be a lot of simple things, is at the end, I want you guys to be thinking about questions too. In Zoom, I want y'all to be thinking about questions to ask. And we're talking about questions for anything, whether it's, building business, any ideas that you may have, if you think it's a good idea. Be thinking about some questions too. But we will do a little Q&A, but these are going to be some very, very simple points. And the second point that I have is find what you can commit to. This is where I find where a lot of people early on in the business, they struggle. What is it that you can commit to? You guys, does anybody here know Chief Executive 30K Press Team, Mark and Jill Addy? Anybody knows Mark and Jill Addy? If you're in this room, you should know who they are, because they are up line somewhere up there in the clouds, right? Literally. But I remember being a supervisor, and I hit supervisor my first 3 weeks in the business. It was when the marketing plan was way, way different too. But I remember asking Jill Addy, what is your one piece of advice? I'm trying to do these things. Everybody says, I'm trying. First question she asked me, she says, what are you inviting people to? And I had no answer. So what was I committed to? At that time, Super had the fit camp. I really wasn't going all that much, but I started going when she said that. What can you commit to? What are you inviting people to? What are you bringing people to? So first of all, you have to commit to something first. So what are you committed to? If somebody comes up to you and asks you, hey, if you ever feel like you're struggling in the business, and the first question I ask you is what you're inviting people to, and you're like, I don't really know. I kind of pass out flyers. Flyers to what? Flyers to the opportunity? Like you can't, that doesn't really work like that. So you have to find yourself a schedule. I know some people here, listen, I'm going to commit to coming every Tuesday and Thursday and Sunday. That's my schedule. Cool. You can commit to that. Now you know what to invite people to all the time. But if you haven't committed to anything, you're kind of sporadic here, guess what, guys? Me and Terrence have committed to a lot. Tell me when the last time you ever seen us not here. What would happen if we were not here? It's a commitment. We committed to doing as much as possible from the beginning. So if anybody here, think about what you're committed to. If it's nothing, then that is the first thing that you want to address in building your business. What am I going to commit to? And whether it's the HOA, even if you don't have time, commit to something. We have a lot of stuff online as well. The third thing, get to supervisor as fast as possible. Now, supervisors, 2,000 documented volume points. If you don't know what that means, it's about anywhere between 15 and 20 clients maybe, depending on the size of your plans. Now, when we were coming up, it was 4,000 volume points in a month or 5,000 volume points in 2 to 12. So it was a little bit different. If you want to do it in a month, it was 4,000, cool, no problem, whatever. And if you didn't do it in the first month, it's like, oh my God, now I got to do this extra 1,000. Like that's what it was. Now they've got to cut it in half, gave you 2 months, split it up. It's real pretty now. It's real easy to hit supervisor these days. So what I'll tell you is get the supervisor as fast as possible. Why? If you have any inclination of wanting to go far in this business, it all starts whenever you get to the 50%. You can't be dangling around 35% for. It's okay to be there if that's what you want to do, but if you want to build a business, you got to get that out the way as fast as possible. And they're giving you 1 to 2 months to do something that you said you already wanted to do, and they're making it a lot easier for you. So if you find yourself, I committed to this, I'm just going to invite people to this. How many of you guys have ever invited somebody here? You didn't have to say anything to them, and they was ready to sign up after this thing was over with. You didn't have to do anything. That's how the fit camps work. That's how these HOMs work. But I'm going to tell you guys something. Look at this room. It's a lot of open and empty seats. Some people have never had anybody come here, but have you committed to this? Is this something that you're committed to, this meeting here? This is simple. Friday night, cool. No, let me figure out how I'll make it every Friday. Commit to this, and then you're going to be able to commit to inviting people to this. Because if you want to, who doesn't have a supervisor and has been trying to get a supervisor forever? Who needs a supervisor?
I want more.
How easy do you think it would be for you to just invite them here, hear from people, and then let them make up their mind? It's easy. That's as simple as it gets to get people interested in this opportunity. Jay Flex, well, all my people, boy, I'm in the chats on y'all head after this. Y'all keep unmuting y'allself. But get the supervisor as fast as possible, because that's what the business, and at the end of the day, you buying the shakes anyways, why not buy it at 50% off? Does that not make sense to get your products at the biggest discount?
Yes, right.
I bet you if you was at Target and they said you this many points and you get 50% off forever, you in there getting everything unnecessary. I don't even need no toilet paper. I don't even use this, but I'm going to buy it because they said I can get 50% off. Why not the same thing? Why not? Or why are you not ordering the shampoo? I hope you wash your hair at least once a month. At least. I hope you use some body wash. I hope you use. Why not shop from your own store? And then what this is going to do, I'm going to tell you guys, we may not get credit, you may not get the volume for it, but you're going to start speaking about it. If you don't never use the shampoo, the conditioner, the skin line, if you don't ever use these things, you're never going to sell them. But I promise you, the more products that you get into a habit of using, even if you don't feel like, only product I never tried it was that Tanquai. Like this, the women's choice stuff. Of course, I'm not gonna. But I literally have tried just about every product that Herbalife has to offer. Do I need every product? No. I don't need every product, but I want to be able to speak about it. Do I need Prolessa? Look, I swear to God, if I take Prolessa, I like wither away. I'm already super like lean as it is. But I had to know what to tell people. I had to know. People are Prolessa is everywhere. So I have to have myself a personal Prolessa result. So the more knowledgeable I am about these products, the more I'm going to be able to distribute to people, the faster I'm going to be able to move up the marketing plan. So get yourself a supervisor as fast as possible. The next point is give other people the opportunity. Now, this one here is, I think a lot of people get scared. I'm going to tell y'all the honest truth. If I was to say, and I threw this out there, I'm like, come teach the marketing plan right now in front of everybody. How many people will be uncomfortable, just to be honest? A lot of people. So guess what that means? You're going to be uncomfortable telling somebody about this business. So you wonder why you don't have people like y'all on Zoom talking about, though you come teach us the marketing plan. I'm far from being a math numbers person. Like when we first came into the business, he was making me mad because he's a numbers person. He knew the percentages to everything. I'm like, I'm just trying to get to him. Like, the president's team's bonuses all the way through. But I had to learn it. I didn't like it. I don't like writing. I hate writing. My writing is like Chick-fil-A handwriting. It's not the best, because I'm lazy with it. It just is what it is. But if I want to build a business, how can I build a business and I'm scared to talk about it? And I'm not confident. That's what it is. You're just not confident. You are afraid of failure. You're afraid of getting something wrong. And the faster that you can get over that, I'm telling you guys, one of the keys to success is you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to do things wrong. Because if you never do it wrong, you'll never know how to do it right. How will you ever know how to get up here and say the things the right way if you're just going to sit back in the shadows? Because I know a lot of people ask, man, I can't get anybody. Well, how many people have you told the marketing plan to? And I just said right now how many people will be nervous, and like 90% of the room will be nervous to come up here and teach the marketing plan. So, and you're teaching it in front of people that you majority know. So how are you going to teach it to somebody you don't know? Somebody brand new. So at this point, you get a chance to say, all right, I want to give others the opportunity, but I have to be confident in doing so myself. I'm sure Terrence is, ready for somebody else to come up here and do these trainings. I know I am. I'm not never going to not do it. For sure, I'm always a yes. But we about to be on the road a lot. I mean, he don't like to do it, but I get asked to do stuff all the time. But I like to be here to give you guys the opportunity for you to step into your greatness. Sometimes this is like the one thing that's holding everybody back, whatever. You know how to get results. You talk about the products all day on social media. I see everybody. See y'all. See everybody here. We talk about the products all day, every day. Cool. You ain't got no problem getting clients. You have a problem getting distributors that want to distribute the products. How often are you talking about the business? We can talk about this all day because this is where a lot of people get hung up. They're just scared to sit down. Who was it that? I don't know who that was. Somebody said, I ain't scared. Oh, my bad. But in all honesty, what I have written down here, guys, is give other people the opportunity, but only when you're fully committed. So, how many of y'all know who's on Top Volume every single month? Andy Buffett, right? So, Andy Buffett is my downline. Now, Super said something very, very smart on the call, and I was like, dang. Like he pays attention to a lot of things, and he gave me a couple of notes to take and add it to my presentations. But he says you have to earn the right to get somebody like that. You have to. How many people feel like, man, I wish I had me an Andy Buffett? How many of y'all wish I had Andy Buffett? Okay. Now, how many? Here's the second part of that question. How many of you who know who she is, of course, feels like you're qualified to have an Andy Buffett? He probably one of the few people to raise his hand.
He does. He got some people. You also got somebody unmuted right now. It's okay. But the reason I say this is because we're going back to commitments. Some of y'all probably actually already have an Annie Buffins in your down. Because if we rewind 2 years, Annie was a qualified producer. I hope she ain't on the call. She's gonna be on my head. She's gonna tear me up for telling her business. Yeah, they're gonna tell. But Annie Buffins was a qualified producer in my downline, making the shakes from 1 scoop of Formula 1, 12 ounces of water. Didn't know nothing, didn't know how to do the marketing plan. And I just reached out to her and asked her, are you ready to know how to do the business the right way? She said, please. And Terrence even knows, like, she's been out here and she was like all over the place. Sleeping at events. Like, some of y'all don't even know. Y'all think that she came in and was like, ding, ding, ding. Like, no, it was a maturation process that happened. But for me, guess what? I'm committed to showing up to the events, committed to sitting VIP, committed to qualifying VIP at these events. If I never do that, she is never who she is today. I can't talk to her about hitting supervisor in a month, doing 20,000 volume points a month. Why do you think she did 20K? We had 20K conversations. I can have 20K conversations with her because I did it. So you have to do all of the things first. Become an active supervisor and remain an active supervisor. If you are ever, like, I'm just only can speak about myself, but 5 years in the business, never done it under 2,500, ever get under, never. It's a common theme. Ain't nobody got time for that. It's a choice. Y'all know it's a choice, right? To log in at the 15th to see a volume at 800 volume points and make a decision that I just got to work harder. And the crazy thing is, it's so easy. Y'all know how many people get tired of like all of these Zoom calls, and you ain't got to raise your hand because I know you're gonna feel like weird. But like, we got so many chats, so many Zoom calls, so many meetings. You guys know how I feel about those things, and you can look at my computer and probably look at his computer and scroll. There's so many chats. Some of y'all are in two, and you're like, this is way too much. But you can be in group text with your people. We ain't gonna talk about all that. But it's your preference. I probably have like 15 active Telegram chats right now. I'm probably on 15 to 20 Zoom calls every week. But guess what? I love it. Because guess what? It keeps me submerged in this. It keeps me submerged in what I consider to be what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. It keeps me submerged in positivity. How many times do you get come from an STS, and if those who've been to the success training seminars, and a week later you're back in population, you're not a part of any calls, you're not a part of anything, you're not showing up to anything, and life starts to take you the other way. You start to listen to other people, and you start to get in your own head. Mom thinks you're crazy for selling those darn shakes. Sisters, 13 people ain't paid the invoice. But what happens if you're always in the mix? No matter what, if you're always showing up, we're going back to commitment. If you're always showing up and you're committed to showing up every single week, you know you're going to at least be in this bubble. And I'm glad to always be in this bubble. People talk about me, it goes over my head sometimes because I'm committed to being a part of what we have going on. So we talk about all of these Zoom calls. Who's committed to, every time I see a link, I'm clicking, I don't even know who call it is. I love hearing from other people, and I love just hearing about the opportunity. I love it. What else I'm going to do? Like, go watch Love and Hip Hop or something? Like, if people still watch that, I don't know. You said, I ain't watching Love. Like, man, but it's so crazy, guys. I'm going to tell you the truth, man. Like, the day that I decided that I was going to fully submerge into this, my business changed forever. And you want to know why I did? I started doing personal development. Who is here is familiar with personal development every day, self-development. I hope you guys turn on your Jim Rohn or your Mark Hughes or something every day. And then you go back and you talk to your people, your friends that you grew up with, or like the people that you grew up around. And you're like, man, y'all talking like, that's how I used to talk? Mm-hmm. Like, I went home and visited my mom, and I was like, damn, I forgot how negative you were. And then she's like, what you mean? Like, but you get a chance to see two different worlds. And you get a chance to choose which worlds you want to be a part of the most. So for me, I get super excited by being submerged into this because I know when I go back out in everyday life and I stay out there, it's going to be so much negativity. People are going to be used to where they at. People are going to be so just, they're going to hate you because you happy all the time. How many people have said, have you heard, like, we're too happy. Ain't nobody that happy. Why are you guys that happy? Who says that we aren't allowed to be happy for the rest of the days of our life?
Miserable people.
Miserable people. People who don't even, sometimes, to be honest, they don't know a better way. They're so used to being who they are. They're not bad people. People are just a product of their environment. So we're going back to the simple thing of committing to showing up. Because you commit to show up, you get submerged. If it was a call every day, I would love it. I'd be on call every day. Just listening. I'm maybe not there to take notes or learn. I'm just there to just be around people who are excited, the contribution that people are doing, the recognition that's going down. How many times we do recognition here literally every week? How often at your job do they do recognition? Boy, what they give you, Gio? Some chips?
Oh, yes.
Here, thank you for doing a good job. Here's a bag of Fritos or something like this. Like, that's the norm. It is.
No, it's true. It's true.
It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's actually happening. Like, they give you a bag of chips for doing a great job. And here you're getting acknowledged. You're getting all kinds of, Herbalife has a million different things for you to qualify for. So you're getting all of these things. But again, where we've stayed on this point about giving others an opportunity, but only once you're committed. Because I'm going to ask you a question. If you had, we're going to say a different name. We've had a Terrence Harkless in your downline. But you told him you have to show up to all the trainings. You have to go to all the STSs. And you have to master doing your 2500. You got to get supervisor as fast as possible. And you've never done that. What kind of credibility do you have? Or what are they going to see? We know people don't really care what you say. They don't care. They're going to do what they see you doing. And if you're taking 2 weeks outside to regroup, if you're taking time away because I had to just take time to myself, it's okay. You decided to do what you're going to do, but I hope you don't expect to build no business that way. Because this business is kind of crazy. You build when you really don't want to do stuff. When you're like, I don't want to show up because I ain't had nobody in a long time. I don't want to show up because I invited and everybody told me no. I don't want to show up because I just don't want to show up. When you get over that hump, then you become like the person who earns the right. The universe, people are crazy. They ask the universe for the world and then they give nothing. And I remember listening to this Jim Rohn early on, and Jim Rohn says, and I hope y'all know who Jim Rohn is. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, go look him up. I was like, man, he's still, even now, 5 years later, I'm like, man, Jim Rohn was on his job. He says the universe is like, how do you come to me with a need and no seed? I was like, damn. That means you're going to the universe with all these needs and wants, and you have no seed to plant. You're coming to the universe with a need and no seed. You ain't planting nothing. But you want a supervisor. You want to make $500 a month, $5,000 a month, $2,500, whatever it is. But you haven't planted not a seed. And then on the other end of that, you probably planted a seed and expect to eat the fruit the same day. When have you ever seen that happen? So we're always, what is the theme, the common theme to it? Is commitment. How long were you committed to this? I'm gonna tell y'all a secret, right? The Herbalife marketing plan, president's team, I don't make very many guarantees, but if you do the work, you're guaranteed to be president. I don't know if people have jobs right now or whatever it is that you do, but are you guaranteed to be the top 1% of that company if you show up and do the work? Probably not, never. Unless your cousins or the brother next in line to be CEO of the company, like you're literally probably never going to be anything more than what. I remember working at Target for 6 years, and in the span of 6 years, I was making $1.97 more after all these years. That was my raise. Thank you. Like, we're going to give you just about $2 more than what you were doing when you first. College degree don't matter. It don't really matter if you are educated. And gonna tell you guys, I'm not never an advocate to like quit your job and leave your job. Only if you're working, like you said, somewhere that you feel like is undervaluing you, and you're working somewhere you just don't like to show up, and you just are, you're not happy with where you're at. Like for me, I was getting like screwed over so much in my job. They went from 40 hours a week to 12 hours a week, and it was super like disrespectful, right? So, but the crazy thing is, and this is what I want to just tell you guys, is what you get a chance to commit to. We're going to keep talking about that word. All right. Now, once you fully committed, and some people you have to get to this point, once you fully committed to something and you've given others opportunity, build through that. The distributor action plan. Terrence kind of talked about it a little bit, but who in here doesn't know what the distributor action plan is? Doesn't know what that is? That 500 documented volume points every single month, and you want to be aiming to get about 1 to 2 distributors. So what 500 documented volume points is? About 5 to 7 clients is what they say. Really, you can probably do about 3 to 5. How many people think they can get 3 to 5 clients? 3 to 5 clients is not that hard. So if you can do it and you can master it and you teach somebody else how to do 3 to 5 clients, I'm gonna tell you guys how I built my business. 1 supervisor at a time. Terrence said you have how many? 102. We have 101. We'll have 103 this weekend. That's a common theme of just getting more supervisors. I can close this book and I ain't got to tell you nothing else. And if you want to build a big check, I put it in the group. I don't know how many of y'all seen it. I know sometimes y'all, if you're in the supervisor group, this is as simple as this gets. Master your 2,500, get on top volume, then get somebody else on top volume. I literally don't have to say anything else about how to do this business. Get the most people on top volume. That's it. Get on top volume yourself. And if you don't know what top volume is, superpost the top volume. That's why you gotta get the supervisor as fast as possible. Get on top volume list as fast as possible, and then get somebody else on that list. And if you're getting people on the list, I can tell you, you're going to be growing. If you ain't never had nobody on the list, you're just like, it's just a going through the motions thing. And I know some of you guys are like trying to figure out how to build a team and how to do this. Like, listen, it's just so simple. Commit to this thing for the long run and then work with somebody. 3 to 5 clients, 500 documented volume points. They're going to be supervisor. People aren't going to, if you master 500 documented volume points, you're probably going to be doing more the second month anyways. At least they're going to be a qualified producer at the end of 2 months, at least. And sooner or later, in less than 6 months, you'll have a new supervisor. And if you keep on doing that over and over and over again, the numbers, y'all know what numbers say? If you get enough people, you're going to go to get team. Do y'all know how simple Herbalife is? Like this may not be easy because our commitment is like all over the place. We commit to something for 2 weeks and we stop and then we go back and we do something else and we commit to something. Like this thing is literally simple. It's so simple. Drink your shakes every day. Take your products every day. Get a result. Help somebody else. Do the same. Repeat, 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 repeat. And the only time you're ever not growing is you're not giving anybody else the opportunity to do what you're doing. This thing is like, I can't explain to you guys how simple it is. The simplicity of Herbalife, but you want to know the one thing that deters a lot of people? How long are you committed to? Here, I wrote this thing down. It's not what you do. It's how you do it for how long you do it. No matter what it is you do, whether you want to run a shake shift, whether you want to go to run a fit camp, whether you want to, have the shakes at your gym, whatever it is, everything works. But that's one thing that I learned after 5 years. Everything works. Absolutely everything. But how long are you going to commit to doing that one thing? How many people in here have started something and they've seen it out for 90 days? Like a 90-day plan. We hear about 90-day plans a lot. And we're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to start another 90-day plan. And we do it for like 2 weeks, and then it's like, yeah, I kind of didn't do it this week. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to get y'all some numbers, right? So my organization it's almost been a year now. October of last year, my organization, if you guys know, organization is your supervisors. We were doing about 40,000 documented volume points. points. Now, what is that? It's not even 2.5. It's not even 2.5. And you know what I decided to do? I stopped prolonging doing a 90-day plan. And I enrolled others to do it with me. And if you enroll other people to do a 90-day plan with you, which is just the basics, it's not, I swear to, it's just the basics. It's the simple things. Just doing the perfect day every day over and over again. So I enroll people to do that with me from October, November, December, 90-day plan. Bam. December, I promise y'all, I was like, yo, this don't make no sense. We didn't move nowhere. We did 42,000 documented volume points in the organization. It was like, I was like, man, this 90-day plan stuff don't work. The very next month, my organization went from 40,000 to 82,000. It doubled. So we went from, thank you. We went from less than a 2.5 cut to blowing past our first cut of millionaire team. Second, like January was 82,000 in the org. February we did over 100,000. And we smoked. We finished our final cut of millionaire team in March, a week and a half early. I thought I was gonna be first cut 7.5. We was really close. But can you imagine going from 40,000 to almost 140,000? Like that's the difference between making $3,000 and making $13,000 in the span of it don't take that long. That ain't nothing but 2 90-day plans. 180 days of committing to doing the same thing. And guess what? The people in my business who are doing this 90-day plan with me, Annie Buffett's, World Team, Global Expansion Team, almost to their first cut of 2.5. Adrian Sanchez hasn't been active World Team in 2 years, requalified as active World Team. Had people who could not get a supervisor for the life of them, and all of a sudden they get 3, 4, 5, 6 supervisors. The organization grows, but guess who had to commit to doing it first? I did. Because if I don't do it, they're not going to do it. And we just got a whole bunch of stagnancy going on. Now, what you do in your 90-day plan, what did I say? It's not what you do, it's how you do it and how long you're willing to do it for. If you're willing to do something for 90 days, you're going to see the benefits of it in the next 90 days. Who in here really believes that they can be in 6 months, you can be a global expansion team member? Who would want to be a global expansion team member? I'm going to tell you guys what to do. This is what you want to do. I want to be getting again. I'll take 20,000 more in the order. Why not? But this is what you do. You literally master your results. Help somebody get the supervisor as fast as possible. Give as many people the opportunity every single month. Do you know if you have one supervisor a month, 12, how many people got over 12 supervisors right now? Okay, so if you get one supervisor a month, that's it, just one a month. After a year, you'll have 12. You'll most likely probably be a GAT team member. And that's going slow. But like we said, master supervisor and master getting somebody to supervisor as fast as possible. Then you help these people do the that. This is like, as you do that over and over again. Does that sound like it's difficult?
No.
It's not. I'm sitting here talking to Terrence. I'm like, what can we tell people? Like, honestly, what can I tell you to do? If you've been around for this business for longer than if you've been around in this business for longer than, let's just say 4 or 5 STSs, you probably already know everything to go to press. You know what you need to know? You need to know the marketing plan. That's probably about it. It's just who's going to do it. Because I know so many people, their first complaint is, man, I wish I was. I wish I had. I wish. And the question that they don't ask themselves is, how committed am I being? How committed are you? When is the last time that you got a new result? When were you excited to take the products? Because like people move fast at the beginning because they're so excited the products are new. They lost 30 pounds, they lost 40 pounds, they gained 10 pounds. You're excited to talk about the product. Then years down the line, I'm still excited to talk about the products. Honestly, I feel like I got way more results to get. And people can feel that when I talk about the products. But this business is like so simple. But you have to ask yourself these questions first. How consistent and committed have I been? And that's it. 90 days doesn't seem like that long, does it? It doesn't seem like that long. Like 3 months doesn't seem like that long. But when you start doing something every single day, and you have somebody to hold you accountable for that, you'll actually probably see how uncommitted that you actually really are. I had to get checked the same way. I was like, man, I want to be, why can't I be millionaire team? I've been wanting to be millionaire team for 3 years. But guess what? My consistency said otherwise. And people will look at, oh, global expansion, you get 2.5, like you're cool. No. Like getting the get team was not that hard for me because I was hungry and I was like, whatever you tell me to do, then you start making the money, you make the $5,000 a month, you kind of chill a little bit. So that was my thing. And I had to tell somebody or have somebody tell me, like, what is the one thing that I need? I had to ask that. What do I need to get better on? You just got to show up better. You just have to show up more. You just have to commit to something. Because it was a long time before we had this club, I wasn't doing nothing. I was at the house. For real. Like, I wasn't doing nothing. Before this club, I wasn't anywhere. I was doing my business from the couch, which you can. If you're doing social media, you can do that. Cool, no problem. But I wasn't committed to the social media. I wasn't committed to a fit camp. I wasn't committed to anything. So guess what? I had a disconnect with what was going on inside of Herbalife. And I couldn't invite nobody into it. I mean, how you gonna invite somebody into you ain't even connected to nothing? So you're inviting somebody else to a bunch of disconnected mess. So if anybody was expecting like some crazy wizardry, like nuggets on how you get to like 5 years to a millionaire team, I don't think it's that bad. Like in 5 years to make, you know, I don't know what taxes is gonna look like next year, but 5 years to a 6-figure income, like, do you feel like that's a long time? Well, then we gotta stop acting like it. We gotta stop acting like the business is gonna be over with next month. Like, oh my gosh, I ain't made it to president's team yet. It's just, we get a chance, and Herbalife is so forgiving, you get a chance to restart every month. It's a very, very forgiving opportunity. But I'm gonna tell you guys, the least amount of times you have to get back going, the least amount of time you gotta restart, the least amount of time you gotta get back on the right path. I'm coming back. The least amount of times you have to say that, the faster you go. So one of my favorite things I like to say is you have to stop stopping. I'm getting back on my products. I'm getting back in the gym. I'm getting back to showing up to fit camp. I'm getting back to going at, like, what? But you said that you wanted to be. Yeah, mind my business. I mean, I know for myself, it's not showing up when it's the hardest is like when you build the most character. Showing up when you don't have nobody, you build the most character. Terrence, no. I mean, I told you I got 103 supervisors. 98 of my supervisors don't live in California. I've been showing up to STS without people for a long time. But does that mean I'm not going? No, I'm contribution. Doing everything, acting like everybody's mine. So then when I get people, they already know I'm already in that role. So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you will take anything away from this, we say it all the time too, you have to be who you want your team to be first. You gotta be that person first before they come. Because some of y'all already have amazing people in your downline, but they're waiting on you to step into your greatness. They're just waiting. And while you're trying to figure it out, it's just, man, it's stuff that I'm just not committed to. So I have more stuff here, but what I want to do for the sake of time is see if anybody has any sort of question, whether it's on Zoom or whether it's in the room. If anybody has any questions about anything, you have, 2 millionaire team members in the room, and we're more than willing to answer any question anybody has. But does it? Siri had a question. All right, but does anybody have a question about anything? Somebody had a question on here. But I'm gonna see if anybody in here. Does anybody have a question, Janae?
We talked about Get Team. So to qualify for Get Team is 20,000 in your organization. But what is the personal volume?
It's 2,500. Like for you, that's why we say master your 2,500. What she asked for those people on Zoom is what's the volume that you have to do personally to reach tab team, which is get meal press. That's why we say master your 2,500. And the crazy thing is, y'all wanna know how I look at people when they say they want to be press team and they haven't did 2,500 not once. I'm like, this is like the first part. Like the first part is mastering your 2,500 can't be a problem if you're trying to go to tab. Yeah, we ain't even talking about the bonus yet. You gotta do more to get the bonus. But to reach the level, to at least get the shiny pins, you gotta do the minimum. Like 2,500 can't be an issue. So the faster you get that out the way, the easier that it is. The question on here, what's your daily routine when starting? Now I would imagine that means, are you asking when I started or my daily routine for if I start somebody right now? I don't really know what that question is, where that question is going.
Talk to everybody.
So, yes, when I started, what was my daily routine when I started? Honestly, my first week of Herbalife, I did 0 volume points. Why did I do 0 volume points? I did 0 volume points because I didn't have a result yet. I signed up right away. And I got somebody who committed to trying the products. All I needed was one person. He lost 10 pounds, and I can't even tell y'all what I did. I was like, oh, this stuff really works. Oh, I'm out here. What? People are, I know, I walk past it. Let me not say that. I walk past people who need to get in better shape every day. I'm going to say it the polite way. I see a lot of people. I was a personal trainer at the time. I was working at LA Fitness in Hemet. Yeah. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I was just here, man. I was trying to make it. I was trying to get this money. But I was willing to do whatever I had to do. But in all honesty, I walk past people every day. I got people in my family that like, what? This stuff, if it works, this isn't no gimmick. This ain't no rap. This ain't no other stuff. Say no other company and stuff that just is like a placebo. Like it really works. I watched somebody in my house who I've known for my entire life lose 10 pounds in front of my eyes by drinking the shakes and working out. I hit the ground. I think I talked to maybe 40 to 50 people every day. If you would have saw my DMs, and if you would have saw, I was at work in between aisles at Target setting up wellness evaluations. Like, oh, snaps. Like, oh, you said, I got my first supervisor while I was at work, and somebody commented on my post, and she was like, man, whatever y'all got going on, you seem excited about it. I was just excited. They say that most excited people are the most successful people. So if you're too cool, I'm sorry, this may not be for you. I wasn't too cool to talk about how broke I was. Like I'm sorry, I ain't got no money. I don't got my pride is all the way to the side. Tell me what I got to do. The most excited people are the most successful people because people don't buy products, they buy you. They're buying you. They're buying how excited you are. You can have the greatest thing in the pussy. This water right here. If you drink this, this is all you ever need. Or, it's kind of cool. I think you need this water. I'm good. Even though they know they need it. They know water is water. But you're not even excited, so they're not going to buy it from you because you're not even excited about what you're selling. So you have to be excited about what you're distributing. So me, I was excited every day. I think I had maybe 20 to 30 people that told me no every day. I didn't let no's affect me because I knew the products worked. I already made some money. There was nothing else I needed to know from anybody else. It didn't matter. People were telling me, oh, you guys are tripping for selling the shakes and doing it. Listen, shut up. I don't care. I got $100 in my pocket from selling this plan, and my roommate, he's down 30 pounds. I don't really care what you're talking about. It works. I made money. You don't want to do it right now. Cool, no problem. I got other people to talk to. Like, that was my attitude. Because some people now will let one person telling them no, 5 unpaid invoices. At the end of the year, I went through and see how many unpaid invoices I had. It's like 150 like unpaid invoices. Oh, well. There's a lot more people I had to talk to, but I wasn't hung up on the no's. It was talking to people every single day. It was like I literally got home from work, didn't even take my shirt off, sat down, And I was like, log into myherbalife.com, see where I was at. Okay, let me get to work. And that was my daily routine. I don't have anything written down to say exactly what I did. I'm sure Terrence probably don't either. I'm just doing everything, talking to everybody. I'm excited. So how excited, like the beginning of the business is super important too. Because people are going to remember how excited you are. And they're just waiting for you to be even more excited. Wow, it's a couple of questions. They see why they got all the questions. What do you personally do to not only equip, but back your, what's a philosophical question, but back your promise to help your new distributors hit DAP, get their first clients, and make income immediately? Back your promise. First of all, I don't promise anybody anything. It's the first thing. So the question is basically, what do I do to back my promise? First of all, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. My sponsor said, listen, you have the opportunity. It's up to you. If you don't do it, you're bad. I think we turned out pretty good. You know, his whole tab, he asked all his tab. He didn't hold our hands and like, okay, I'm on the first client. Okay, so I'm gonna sit here and hold your hand while you get your first client. Okay, next client, I'm gonna sit here and hold your hand. All right, cool. No, it wasn't. Never none of that. I always tell people my sponsor was like dad who kicked you in the water to learn how to swim. Ain't no lessons, bro. We're gonna teach you, right? You're gonna learn or you're gonna drown. Like, and it was cool. It's hard because people will say you're mean. People will say, oh my gosh, you didn't do this, that, and the third for me. Listen, I am the bridge to this opportunity to change your entire life. Because guess what? If I got to walk you through all your clients, and I got to walk you through coming to the events, and I got to make sure that you're showing up, I got to do that forever because now you're used to it. You guys ever see that? Trinice just had a baby, right? So, you know, at the beginning stages, we're really there for our kids. We're really there for them. We're doing everything for them. It's how we're supposed to do. It's new to us. But after a while, you got to let the baby hand go. The baby got to fall. The baby got to learn how to get up. The baby got to learn how to eat on its own. And it's the same thing inside of this. You want to feed your people forever. You got grown people sitting on your lap feeding. Instead of letting them learn how to do it themselves. So for me, I give people the information. And your first couple of people, yeah, I'm going to walk you through it. I ain't going to just throw you out there. Yeah, I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to tell you about that. But, hey, you get the same emails that I get. I'm going to walk you through this marketing plan, but, hey, you got the same marketing plan that I got. Super never taught me the marketing plan. The books taught me the marketing plan. STS taught me the marketing plan. So what I do when I get somebody, I do the distributor orientation with them. We go over everything at the beginning. These are the calls. This is the events. This is this. This is that. Okay. Your job to show up to whatever it is. You don't, not my fault. And that's literally the extent of the business. And people get scared man. People kind of trip me out when they get mad that somebody doesn't show up for them. Or somebody doesn't do their 500 document. Everybody promises they're going to hit press team when they sign up. Everybody does. It's just, I don't know if it's a cliche thing, but literally everybody said press. Like everybody has. And you get upset. You get so excited that you got somebody in the business and they said they was going to do this and they said they was going to do that, and then they stop. They don't show up for you anymore. And you take that to heart. Once you learn to cut that connection, because not everybody is going to be willing to do it, it's going to be a whole lot easier for you. Everybody isn't going to be committed to do this. It looks fun until you get in the mix. Then you got a question?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you ask your question before I go for like 5 more hours.
So after your distributor orientation, like, you know, people like I said, they're going to do this, they're going to show up to the call and all this type of stuff, even if you just help them with your clients. If they just pretty much not do anything, like they just stop showing up to the call, do you like check up on them, or you just? For me, I'm very good at still having lines of communication. Ask Bobby. That's why he's here. Bobby been around for almost 5 years.
As long as you do.
I still check up on you. I'm not going to pressure you to do the business. I'm not, hey, are you coming to STS? It's just we keep a lines of communication open. But I'm not stressed. I'm not worried about him. He's going to come back when he's coming back. And that's the thing. People are scared to get that they're not going to get nobody else. That's the thing. You get a distributor and you're so scared to lose them that you got to do all this extra stuff, and you're scared that you're not going to get anybody else. Yes.
Piggyback off that question. When do you feel it's right to let that person go? Like just cut the ties for them.
The thing is, I don't cut ties. I don't cut the ties. But what I do is at the beginning of the situation, I'm there for you, but I'm not coddling you. If you want to know how to do something, you're gonna ask. You're gonna show up. This is easy. That's what we do at the beginning. We do the orientation. I'm like, you want to learn? Go to STS. Come to the trainings. We don't really charge you much of anything. $30 to go learn how to change your life once a month. Like, if you don't show up to that, I'm not going to press you to. Y'all know I got a lot of people I sign up in around this area that don't come no more. I still comment on their posts on Instagram. I still, hey, making sure you're good. Like, I'm not going to ask you about the business because you've already, what did Carlos Sandoval say? People are going to show you at the beginning who you are. I'm not going to make you do what you've already shown me that you don't want to do. I'm going to still be a friend, though. Like, we can be cool. Another one?
Yeah. So then when you have that preferred member talk with them, or you just leave them where they at?
Yeah, have them switch to preferred.
People are going, man, I love the fact that Super put that thing in the group, too. Like, now it kind of I lost a lot of friends over the PM stuff. I did. I had conversations with Bobby. Look, if you're not going to do the basics, this is my livelihood. My kids eat off this. So I'm not going to, take it for granted. I'm not going to be I'm not going to walk around the opportunity. If you lose respect for me, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. All they ask you to do is 500 documented volume points every month. Like, that's it. That's the bare minimum. So at that point, if somebody can't commit to that, I know that this probably is not for them. So whenever you decide that you want to do the minimum, then we can talk about, you converting back over. And oh my God, I've had the craziest conversations with people about, they feel like they're getting something taken away from them. I'm like, you ain't had a client since you signed up. Like, you by default are already a preferred member. You just in the wrong bucket. You get a chance to choose. Like, you honestly get a chance to choose. And I'm going to be the person that's going to tell you, like, hey, this is what you're doing, preferred member work. So if you don't want to be a PM, don't be a PM. And I think people are just like, I'm not scared to lose nobody. I want a solid business. I'm not scared for somebody to walk away and tell me they don't want to do this no more. I would be mad that you decided not to do yoga. I lose people every month. I'm here for you. You can ask my team. I do the most. I got the most stuff for my team. We do everything. I'm gonna go all the way for you, but I'm not gonna show up for somebody who won't show up for me. And that's as simple as I run my business.
So how do you trust the fact, like, say for instance, they want to come back and switch back over? How do you actually trust that? Like,
see, the thing is, you are too attached to the people. They are going to show you what they're going to do or not. They got to. I'm not too concerned about what somebody. If they decide they want to do something, are you going to show up to this stuff? They'll start showing up before. They'll ask about the STS. You're going to be able to see by somebody's actions if they're going to be a distributor. Now, it ain't always about production. It's about showing up. What are you showing up to? I got people in my downline who I'll never have a PM conversation about because they show up. I will never got to ask them if they're going to STS. They're always a contribution on the call. Their volume may not be that high, but you're allowed to do your 500 to 700 volume points and never have somebody tell you that, you're not doing enough. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to be a senior consultant. You're allowed to be a qualified producer. You're allowed to be a supervisor who does 500 volume points, earn $100 a month. You're allowed to. And that's okay because it's there for you. But what you're not going to do is nothing. You're not going to do nothing and not ever show up and then think that I'm not going to say, hey, yo, this just might not be for you. I monitor my business is my business. And I monitor it like so. So if I see this 0, 0, 0, cool, I ain't gonna say nothing. But you ordering products too? You throwing a percentage off like that? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put you in the thing so we can have a conversation about, you possibly converting because I'm not gonna risk like money issues and all this stuff because you don't want to. It gets tricky. Gets too tricky. So I'm gonna see. We're gonna wrap this up though.
I have a quick question.
I got a quick answer.
Thank you. So with that, when you are telling them like, hey, about becoming a preferred member, are you just coaching them and guiding them on what's their best benefit, or is there really money lost there when they're doing the business, but they're acting like a preferred member already?
Well, if you want to know the honesty, like about the money losses, like we operate on documented volume. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
Everything is documented. Your pie chart has a percentage, and you want to. And it may not be that big of a deal, but you get kind of credited towards how much documented volume that you're doing. So if I got somebody ordering 300, 4,500 personal consumption, and they never get a client, then the balance is going to be way off. You log in, and your documented volume points to 60%. It may not be a big deal to you,
Right.
but if you actually know, like me and Terrence asked lots of questions about where money comes from, how royalties get lost, how money ain't adding up. And it's like being close to that 80% threshold is what they've been telling us. I used to wonder why they always said 80%, 80%, 80%. I'm not going to let nobody affect my 80%. It's a place for you. It's a place for everybody.
Every month, I'm like,
Yeah, every month. Still, I check my volume today. I got people that still, they're not going to be a PM. Cool. Like, I mean, not cool, but whatever. I do it. Yeah. And they don't do it. And I mean, it's going to happen. But still, like, those are the people that you identify as preferred members.
but one thing though, if you get more people and you have your volume, you got your percentage taken care of, you literally get paid on everything. All right. So as long as you do your job, you do your numbers, don't even worry about it. Of course, have the conversation. If somebody don't switch, it's all right. You're gonna be paid.
I think we worry too much. And it's like, okay, and like he said, we're worried about not being able to get more people. So trust in what you do, trust in what we do, trust that everybody wants to be involved in what we do, and your business is going to be just fine. So do we have any final questions before I guess we just close out? All right, does anybody have any more questions about anything before we roll out of here? Now, the last thing I actually ask of you guys too is just ask yourself, what am I committing to? What am I committed to? I got this goal on the top of my paper that everybody should have written down. But what are the things that I'm committing to that are going to help me get to there? And if you don't really have nothing in mind, you got homework to do. So with that being said, that's today's HOM and distributor school. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture so we can get out of here. So y'all can go enjoy y'all weekend. And everybody take yourself, if you can have your camera on, we're about to take a picture if you want your face in this thing on Zoom. Preston, you stupid. All right, about to take this picture one time.
All right, everybody get in. Oh, you. All right, here we go, you guys, on three. 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Thank y'all for being on. Hopefully y'all got some good info. It's simple. What's up, Danny? See you. Y'all have a good one.